We're looking at a really rock-solid matchup tonight between two of the elite teams in the MCAET Mission Division. And in fact, it's looking like tonight's matchup between the Soledad Aztecs and the Scotts Valley Falcons could be a determinant here for the A-League, the MPL A-League championship. Soledad is currently in League 2-1, and they are the host team and the defending Division 4 CCS champions. Scotts Valley is currently at the top of the heap, 3-0 in first place. So Soledad win this game, Soledad wins this game, they will be tied for league lead. And if Scotts Valley wins, then they can pretty much start making plans for mid-November football.
So it's a big game for both teams. Yeah. Very important.
You want to read real quick at least the report from John Devine, the preview, before we get ready for kickoff here?
All right, so from John Devine himself, this is for no worse than a share of the Mission Division title. Bearing an epic collapse, neither one of these teams is going to lose another league game.
And we got the kickoff right here, and Soledad does recover the ball, and they have a little break there. Has a little seam going up the left sideline, the right side lane there. Soledad will mark that off over at about the 50-yard line. It's looking like Angel Olivas right there return the ball for the Aztecs. And Adam, two heavyweights. It's going to be an exciting game, you think?
Oh, yeah, of course. Especially because of the fact Soledad 2-1, Scotts Valley 3-0. This can decide if Soledad will be able to tie it up in the league, or if Scotts Valley can move ahead and get an even greater lead on the league.
The defending Division 4 CCS champions will take the ball at about the 48-yard line, 11:49 on the clock. We are live here, Friday Night Lights. Here we go.
The first play of the game looks like a play action. And he's brought down quickly right around where the ball was.
The original line of scrimmage, we lost about 2 yards on that one. That was Enrique Garcia, senior Enrique Garcia, trying to hold on to the ball there and not getting a whole lot there, actually losing yards. Lost a couple yards on that one.
As we await the next play here.
And so Soledad will go for a second and about 11. Ball marked at about the 48-yard line. Coming down to about 11 minutes on the clock here.
Soledad. As they head off to the right side. It looks like he's going to gain a bit of yardage.
That was Emmanuel Ortega. Emmanuel Ortega, who was injured last week, sat out of Soledad's blowout win against Pacific Grove on the road. But there is a flag, as our good friend Emma would call it.
The banana slug, oh my gosh.
Banana slug. Shout out to Emma.
If she's watching it, highly doubt it, though.
Highly doubt it. She's out there celebrating that Salinas High homecoming. That'll be a holding call against the Aztecs. That's going to bring the ball inside the 35. I'm sorry, inside about the 38-yard line. That ball will be marked about 30-yard line. So it's looking about second and maybe about 22, 23 for the Aztecs. Not a good start here, Adam.
Yeah, that's probably, if you ask me, that's one of the most annoying things to get called on offense, to be honest.
Yeah, but it is a pretty common call as we go under 10 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter.
Again, as Soledad comes back onto the line after losing 10 yards to a banana slug.
Robbie Santa Ana back in the shotgun formation, Soledad's quarterback. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout on the Soledad side.
Already?
Timeout, Soledad. Head coach Frankie Berlanga, who is already in his young career becoming a local legend, just needs to recalibrate his troops there. And so looking back over to that preview, if you want to read that, go ahead and read that, the rest of that there from John Devine of the Herald.
All right, continuing where I left off. Both teams have already knocked off the defending champs, Carmel, and while Scotts Valley is undefeated in the league, a loss to the Aztecs would drop them into a tie.
Yeah, so the Falcons probably had a long bus ride coming out from Scotts Valley, 1 or 2 hours in Friday traffic, but Aztecs, two of their 3 losses this year overall have come at home against tough opponents. So hopefully, it's the unbeatable force against the unbreakable object here.
as the ball is snapped, and it looks like it's
Santa
another.
Ana going back. He has a receiver open. That was Aaron Rodriguez, who was open over there on the right numbers there, close to about the 40-yard line.
That's got to be tough.
That's got to be tough. Yeah, he had Rodriguez was open there. I don't know if we're going to get a replay on that, but Rodriguez definitely was open there. But Santa Ana's throw just a little wide beyond his reach there. That was a good play call though, for second down, going for it. That would have been an easy first down and probably some more. Definitely get them deep in the Falcons territory. So now looks Santa Ana bringing his troops up to the line.
Santa Ana 3rd and 20. Santa Ana snapping the ball again, looking for a pass. The flag is out already. He's going deep down.
Oh, that was over trying to find Angel Olivas. Nothing going there. We got another flag on the play. And we're going to see that's very likely against the Soledad offense. And that will be declined by the Falcons. So it's looking like that was a false start against the Aztecs, and that will be declined by Scotts Valley. That will bring up a 4th down. So looking at the clock, we have 10 minutes and 22 seconds on the clock. Soledad, 4th and long ways to go home. Ball marked at about the 38. They will get back for the punt. And that is looking like Ulises Uribe is going to get the punt. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Santa Ana, and he's going to go for a fake. He has the seam. He's got a couple of defenders waiting for him at near past the 50-yard line, about the 45. He's going to be about 4 or 5 yards short of that. But we're out. Bold move there by Berlanga, huh?
You know, it's something that Scotts Valley probably didn't expect. It's really early. I mean, that's something you don't really see.
You know what? When you're the CCS Division IV champs and you're on your home turf, why not, right? Why
home
not?
Field advantage.
But you know, he had some acreage there. He had some yardage to go, but just really not even close, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
about 5 yards short. And Scotts Valley will take over now at about their own 45-yard line.
As the ball is snapped, and it's going to look like it's going to be going to the right side. Nothing much there, Marcos.
So that was running back. That was a handoff. Little toss over to Anthony Locatelli. But Soledad's defense coming up and stopping that just short of the ball gets marked about the line of scrimmage there. So that'll be a 2nd and 10. So Soledad's defense, which was really the anchor for this championship squad, coming through here early in the game. 9:45 on the clock.
This ball once again on the line of scrimmage. Soledad very anxious. Going back to the run game to the right side as they did before.
Ooh, that is a good run by Ryan Conte. Ryan Conte took that for a definite first down. Ball will be marked at about the, looks like it's going to be marked at the 40-yard line. So the Falcons in Aztecs territory with just under 9 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock here. Friday Night Lights live from Soledad High School as we're going to see that replay again. And Locatelli just found that right edge.
Oh, yeah.
And just a lot of yardage, a lot of green grass to go there.
Let's go back. Again, the ball handed off to the right
back to
side
Locatelli. And Locatelli going to get about 4 yards right there on that one. Looking like Geronimo Serrano for the Aztecs with the tackle. But Locatelli with a strong run there, 5 yards. That ball will be marked at about the 35 now. We're getting under 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Scotts Valley
so far with their third run to the right side of the field. Let's see if they do it again.
And they're driving.
See Scotts Valley again.
Scotts Valley on a hard count.
Running it again. Looks like
strong yardage. Locatelli. This time he gets like a little trap there, just going straight up the middle.
Looks like
he's going to get about 3 yards, 2 or 3 yards there. Let's call it 2 yards. Ball will be marked at about the 33-yard line with 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Trying up a 3rd down situation too.
Yeah, so this is going to be a 3rd and short. Already Scotts Valley trying to get deep into Aztecs territory, and we got about 9 on the line here. Soledad bringing it.
Really bringing it. They're expecting the run, and it is a run.
And they will get, with that second effort by their Locatelli, with that second effort, let's see where they mark it. It looks like it may be short, just short of the first down. Yeah, so definitely a good mark if you're on the Aztec side there. Locatelli had a nice second effort there, but couldn't get away there.
Well, in this situation, if you have a tall and quarterback that has the ability to really reach over, then it's not going to be a problem for Scotts Valley to get this first down. And
yeah,
it looks like he is going to line up.
It's a little less than a yard there. Let's see if they do a sneak, and there comes the sneak, and it's looking like quarterback Rajala, Kyle Rajala, he may have had the first down. Yeah, they're going to mark the ball inside the 30-yard line at about the 28, and that is well enough. As you said, a nice long quarterback, nice long arms. That's going to do the trick. Ball will be marked at about the 29-yard line. It's looking like that'll be a first down for the Falcons.
Still moving downfield, pushing that Soledad defense back. Once again.
We're approaching the 7-minute mark here in the first quarter. Scotts Valley, play action to the left side. That was a pass completed over to Carson Spence, the tight end, but that looked like a late hit on the quarterback, and the refs are all over that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if the booth can, or the box can give us a replay on that, but that was a late hit. That's going to be roughing the passer, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And just unfortunate, Soledad, they did have him 4th and short there. Personal foul against the Aztecs. And that's going to bring the ball probably about the 12-yard line.
Definitely not the start you're looking for, Marcos. Very difficult.
Actually, ball get marked at about the 15-yard line, and Kyle Rajala has his guys poised here. And this is a pitch. They're going to go to the left side. Locatelli.
Moving
nice
to the left side,
scamper to the left, yeah. That's going to be about another 6-7 yards on that one. That was a really strong gain there. Judging on the monitor, I didn't think it was that big of a gain.
Scotts Valley saying if they're not stopping us, we're going to keep going on them.
Yeah, so the ball will be marked at the 10-yard line here. We got about 6 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter, with Scotts Valley on a roll here at the 10-yard line, 2nd and 5.
Again,
there was a little jump. That was just a little jump. Elias Avalos, Elias Avalos for the Falcons going to get called for that. And little banana slugs like that, man, they're gonna mess up. They're gonna mess you up. Those things count, especially against a winning team like Soledad, who knows how to win close games.
But then again, those flags, man, can really get you. As we see against Scotts Valley, awaiting the snap. And there's another
jump. That is, the Scotts Valley team, they're in first place. They need to start playing some first place ball here. They definitely had the Aztecs on their heels with this drive going into this 2nd down and 5, and that is back-to-back offsides penalties that'll bring the ball back. Not only does it bring the ball back to the 20, but now it's a second. You went from a 2nd and 5 situation to a 2nd and 15.
That is something the coach will not like to talk about.
You can definitely guess what they're going to be doing in practice all the next week as Rajala hands it off. That was over to Ryan Conte, and Conte not having the same success. Got about 3 yards on that one though, and we will have a timeout. Looks like Scotts Valley coach Louis Walters gonna go over there and probably yell at his guys.
Yeah.
For about a good solid minute.
I can almost bet you $1. I already know what he's yelling about.
He's saying that all this week, all we're gonna practice is lining up, guys.
You call yourselves 3-0 know. What is that out there?
And so now's a good time to talk a little bit about the Soledad side and the return of Emmanuel Ortega. He's back at tailback, and prior to injuring his shoulder in a game against Carmel, he had rushed for over 100 yards in 10 straight games. So he is definitely a missed presence here on the Aztec side. We'll see if when the Aztecs get the ball, if he can get it going for them. As we're looking at notes from our man John Devine over at the Monterey Herald. Got to give a shout out to John.
You know, I was watching Emmanuel Ortega, and he was a pretty fast running back. He's no joke.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the top in the CCS. As Rajala takes back, and he has a wide open receiver, and that will go to the back of the end zone. No dice. That was a long throw, about a 20-yard. I'm sorry, about an 18-yard potential touchdown pass over to. Looked like it was over to Thomas Sullivan.
Yeah, I think
looked like it was over to Thomas Sullivan, and just out of his reach, Rajala just couldn't get it down enough, and that'll bring up a 4th and 12.
Let's see if the kicker shows up, Marcos.
And it looks like Rajala, looks like they had a little trouble getting the stand up, but Rajala will be out there for the kick, and this is going to be about a 35-yard attempt. It is up. It is good. That would have been good from about 45, to be honest with you, man. That was a nice, strong kick. And the Scotts Valley Falcons will take a 3-0 lead here with 5:21 on the clock here in the first quarter. Friday Night Lights, we are live for MCAET TV. I am Marcos Cabrera.
Adam Villaseñor.
Big boy Adam.
Oh my gosh. I was not expecting that.
I've been waiting all week to drop that on you. You have no idea. Me and my wife, Ginger, shout out to Ginger. We have so much fun just watching that video of you and my son, Hunter.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to Hunter.
You know, this week I presented the script to them, and they're just like, we already know what it's going to be. It's going to be a joke, so we're not even going to question it. We're just going to do it. And it's exactly how it always is.
Shout out to Hamish Tyler, who is watching this, and he keeps texting me to say the time. So I'm going to say it again just for you, Hamish. 5:21 on the clock as the Falcons prepare for this next kickoff here in the first quarter. And that is a liner that is going to skip out into the end zone, lands about the 5-yard line, and you still can't get over, big boy.
I can't believe that just caught me off guard.
Hey, man, gotta have fun with my partner here. Gotta have some fun with Friday Night Lights. We're all the way live.
Yeah.
5:21 on the clock here in the first quarter, and Soledad gonna have to kick it up a notch here. This is a championship squad, and this team they mean a whole lot to this community.
Oh yeah.
This is their homecoming. It's senior night, so they're gonna and first place on the line here.
Oh yeah.
So they need to show up here.
Or digging themselves even deeper down on that league standing, as the ball is going to get snapped in a really nice handoff. It was quick.
That was a handoff over to Emmanuel Ortega, the man of the hour, and Emmanuel is going to have to man up for this game. I think he's definitely up to the task. So that is a game. That was a tough 3 yards on that run, but Emmanuel's going to be. I think he's going to need at least a few snaps to get warmed up here. So it may take another series for him to really get calibrated here into the offense. As Santa Ana in the shotgun, and that's another handoff over to Ortega, looking for a little seam there, the right-hand side. Nothing doing though.
Nothing really to do much there. Looks like Scotts Valley is really adjusting their defense over.
Yeah, they got their sights set on Ortega as we hit 4:40 on the clock. Ortega taking the ball out of bounds will stop the clock. 4:40 left here to go in the first quarter. We are live from Soledad High School, Friday Night Lights, MCAET TV.
Great day for football, even though it's cold.
A little chilly out here. A little chilly out here, but we're in the booth for the first time all season, so we can't complain.
That's great.
This beats being in the far right corner of Rabobank Stadium. And that is a pass over, and he got the completion. That is a completion over to Aaron Rodriguez, who makes a nice cut to the left-hand side, and he's going down the sidelines. That ball get marked over at about the 28 8-yard line, and that was a nice pass. What are we seeing here?
That was a good. The quarterback just kept calm, looked downfield, and the receiver just received the ball and just went downfield, blocked himself, but got out of bounds.
And that was Aaron Rodriguez. Nice cut to the left side.
Yeah.
Really shook that Falcons defender, put him on the floor. That one's going to be a YouTube classic coming up here. So the ball will be marked at about the 23-yard line. It's a handoff to Ortega as he takes it over to the left-hand side. And he gets about, they're going to mark that at the 22-yard line there. That'll be marked at close to the 22-yard line, so gain of about maybe 2 yards, if that. Looks like they'll give him a little tougher spot than I thought, so that ball will be marked about the 22. 2nd and 9 here with 4:22 to go.
As we go again after that huge gain.
Yeah, that was definitely a nice route, and Santa Ana put it just in reach of his receiver.
Let's see another
handoff. This is going to Ortega as he's looking for room, and just nothing there. And Scotts Valley definitely cued in here on Ortega in the early going. Looks like Ortega with his hands on his hips. It's a little frustrated, little sign of frustration there.
I think Scotts Valley definitely prepared for their Emmanuel Ortega, especially with the stats he holds right now.
Well, going back to the notes here, Scotts Valley, aside from getting blown out against Terra Nova, they've only allowed 46 points in 6 games. And 3 league games, they've only allowed 7 points. So this is a stout defense. And Santa Ana has a wide open Aaron Rodriguez to the left-hand corner of the end zone for a touchdown. 22 yards with 3:36 on the clock. That's going to give Soledad the early 6-3 lead. And man,
burned.
He was wide.
That cornerback knew too.
Yeah.
When he was already touching the end zone, he knew. He already knew.
As soon as the ball came into his hand, he flicked it out as quick as he could. Rodriguez just showing off some really fancy moves off of the line there. And that was as wide open as you can get. Had at least 6 or 7 steps. I don't even know where the defender was, to be honest, on that play. If he slipped or if he got his cleats caught in the grass. I hope it's one of those cases because
hopefully not a defense mishap. Oh man.
Yeah, and the kick is up, and that will be a line drive straight up the middle. Good. 7-3. Soledad Aztecs take the lead. 3:36 to go here in the first quarter. Marcos Cabrera with my partner. Give Mr. Q, man.
Oops, sorry.
Let's start that over again.
Okay.
Marcos Cabrera here with my partner.
Adam, yes, senor. I was writing down that touchdown.
No, go ahead.
I apologize.
Go ahead and do your thing. I'm supposed to be taking stats here, and I'm just laid back, not doing my job. 7-3 is the score here in the first quarter, with 3:36 to go here. And Soledad just coming out and just deciding that now is the time for them to start looking like CCS champions. First series just had to get a little adjusted here. And the Scotts Valley team, we mentioned earlier, really long drive out from Santa Cruz County for them. So they are definitely in a foreign land for them, just in terms of the length of this drive.
I also heard they brought out a tour bus for their students too.
And that ball will go out of bounds. That will be a penalty. That'll get marked at the 35-yard line. Still 3:36 on the clock here in the first quarter. Soledad 7, Scotts Valley 3.
Early shootout, 3-7. That's an early scoring on both teams.
Yeah, and just as we were talking about Scotts Valley's pretty tough defense, they've Soledad already has 7 points on the board, and as we just mentioned before, Scotts Valley has allowed just 7 points in 3 league games. So Soledad, with Ortega there in the mix, they're going to be queuing in on him quite a bit, and we can expect to see some openings for Santa Ana, his receivers, you would think.
Yeah, I think Scotts Valley is going to put a lot of their eye on Emmanuel, and doing so, you can probably leave a receiver open, and that's also even more dangerous. Going downfield, getting even more yards.
Yeah, as the ball will be re-kicked, Scotts Valley opts to have the ball re-kicked, and the ball will get gathered at about the 30-yard line, and that will be stopped at about the 38-yard line. So Scotts Valley opts to have the ball re-kicked and gains about 3 yards. So not a bad decision, not a terrible decision there. Got an extra 3 yards, and in this kind of game, every yard's probably going to count, right?
Yeah, they cashed out 3 yards, man.
The ball will be marked at about the 38-yard line with now 3:29 to go here in the first quarter. Scotts Valley lines up.
Under center. As we see here, it's going to be another run just like before on their last drive.
And that is a pitch over to the left-hand side. And that was Ryan Conti. Ryan Conti with the pitch to the left-hand side. Not much there, but the refs do give him a pretty good spot. Ball will be marked inside the 40-yard line. That'll be 2nd and 8. About 2-yard gain there for Conti. So Scotts Valley in the early going, pretty conservative. Lots of pitches, lots of trapping. Not a whole lot downfield just yet.
Looks like a lot of repeated plays, maybe flipped or the same thing. It's VSC again.
And that will be a handoff up the middle. And nothing going there. Nothing going there for Conti again, as Soledad pretty stout there. That looked like it was Victor Ocampo with the tough tackle there. Victor Ocampo coming through for Soledad with the big stop there. That was a gain of about maybe 1 yard. Ball looks like it's marked just inside the 41-yard line. Scotts Valley will face a 3rd and 7 with 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go on the clock here in the first quarter. The first quarter winding down. And Soledad getting into that backfield. Soledad getting right into that backfield, man. And that was Chad Toy was in there in that backfield, but it was, again, Ocampo coming up with the tackle. And those linebackers, man.
Yeah, I think the only job the coach has to decide is which way the ball is going to go, left, right, or middle.
Yeah, those Soledad linebackers were definitely on the ball there, just getting that fresh meat. And so Scotts Valley forced to punt, and the ball will land at about the 18-yard line and take a Scotts Valley bounce inside the 10-yard line. That ball get marked at about the 7.
That was a great kick.
1:29 to go. Soledad will recover the ball deep in their own territory here in the first quarter. And, if Soledad can get another touchdown here, they can feel pretty confident going forward. Being here at home, and also, knowing that Scotts Valley has traveled quite a ways to get over here to play on a cold field on a Friday night.
Hopefully it's not a long way home for Scotts Valley.
One way or another, it's going to be a long way home. It just depends on if it's going to be a good trip or a bad trip for Scotts Valley. Soledad lines up at about the 7-yard line. 1:29 to go here in the first quarter.
As Soledad looks like they're gonna feed it again.
Feed it off to Ortega as he takes it over to the left side. Finds a couple of yards maybe. Ortega just not getting it going just yet, but we gotta wait and see. Biding his time. Eventually, maybe the thought from Soledad coach Frank Berlanga may be to just try and wear down the Scotts Valley line, but he barely got a yard on that one.
The ball is going to be snapped. It looks like again it's going to be handoff to Ortega, and he's going to lose some very close to his end zone.
Very, very close, and you call that the danger zone, right?
Oh, yeah. You definitely don't want to be there, man. Look at that.
And Ortega looked like he had a step, but that was, let's see. That was Carson Spence, linebacker Carson Spence, with a nice spin move off of the tackle to go in there and drag down Ortega near the 1-yard line. The ball will be marked at the 1-yard line as we're revving up under 25 seconds, and Soledad with a third and about 18.
As we see again, it's going to be handed off. Very tough run.
And Ortega just refusing to lose there, but he will only gain about 6 yards on that one. It's well short of a first down. That ball will be marked close to the original line of scrimmage near the 7-yard line for a fourth down, and the Aztecs will opt to punt. I'm thinking they're going to punt on this one.
Yeah, hopefully. This wouldn't be the smartest move if you ask me. I mean,
well, Coach Frank Berlanga, he is definitely a smart coach, and he definitely also is not afraid to make some bold decisions here. But fourth and 10 at the 7-yard line, you're thinking that the Aztecs will opt to punt. As we are live here from Soledad High School, Friday Night Lights, MCAET TV. 11 seconds here to go in the first quarter. Soledad 7, Scotts Valley 3. We are going to be broadcasting this for you. We have 3 more games to go here on our schedule, but this matchup tonight is a battle of 2 Mission Trails Athletic Lead Titans. A battle for first place, if you will, including the defending Division 4 CCS champion, Soledad Aztecs.
See, hopefully Soledad really does decide to kick it, and they are. It's off.
And that punt
Not
will be short.
very good.
That punt will be very, very short, and that ball is going to get marked at about the 18-yard line. Not a good look for the Aztecs here with 3 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Scotts Valley is going to get one more play off this quarter with just very, very, very good field position.
Oh, man, someone's going to be running laps for Soledad. That's, ooh.
Yeah, that was a very tough punt kick right there.
But then again, the position.
Yeah, when you're pinned up against your end zone like that, it's kind of and on a cold night, it's kind of hard to fault the punter.
As the last play of the first quarter, as I assume the last play will be a run to the right side, and it is the last play of the quarter, Marcos.
That's the end of the first quarter. Soledad leading 7-3, but Scotts Valley again knocking on the door, and that was a handoff over to Kyle Raymond. Kyle Raymond hitting the ball, taking about 4 yards. That ball will be marked inside the 15-yard line as we switch positions on the field. Coming up at halftime, we will have a couple of videos for you, courtesy of MCAET Television. And then when we return from the halftime shows, I will have a nice conversation with a local celebrity here in Soledad. So you're going to want to stick around for that. I'm going to tease it a little. That's the old school showbiz tease. I'm not going to let them know who it is just yet.
It's not me.
It's going to be Big Boy Adam. And we're starting up the second quarter here. A full 12 minutes on the clock, and the ball marked at about the 15-yard line, second and about 7.
As again, that Scotts Valley team has got a really good position off of Soledad.
You know, this is about where they had the ball early in the first quarter, and just a pair of offsides just completely derailed the drive. Just completely rattled the team, and they just couldn't recover, had to settle for a field goal. So we'll see if they can square up and take it into the end zone. Good game so far here. Good MTAL matchup so far here.
The ball is weighted. It looks like they're trying to get him offside. Maybe.
That's a very disciplined. That was a very disciplined approach by the Aztecs, as that hard count may have worked against Scotts Valley there. Quarterback Kyle Rajala with the hard count, and then bobbles the snap. So that ball gets recovered right there again at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and 15, and you got to think 3rd and long on consecutive possessions deep in Aztecs territory. This could be getting to the Falcons' head here.
Yeah. And that's something you really don't want to have very early in the game. You want to score.
Not against a CCS champion.
Oh, yeah, that too.
This will be a handoff, and that is a good, strong run by that right there. Number 32, Ryan Conte. He got some really good yardage on there, but will it be enough? Will it be enough for a first down? Judging by where the line judge is at, that's going to be about a yard short. So again, Scotts Valley will come up on a 4th and short here, and they previously went for it with their long quarterback.
Oh, yeah. And they were successful.
Looks like they'll be going for it again. And Rajala did stretch out that long body of his to get a first down last time, as we hear the Aztec side start to rumble, cheering for their squad. And this is again another sneak. Let's
see where the referees
the referees spot it. It looks like they gave him a pretty good spot there. So are they going to call it for a measurement? It's a first down. Rajala again, just pushing, pressing. Looked like he looked like those squats in the weight room may have powered that one there. So the ball first and goal now inside the 10-yard line. Ball will be marked at about the 6-yard line with 10:26 to go here in the second quarter. And Rajala with the handoff. The handoff over to Anthony Locatelli, and Locatelli gets the ball at about the 3-yard line. Scotts Valley, they may be sniffing it out here. They may smell the end zone here.
Hopefully not looking at a 4th down where they need to kick it, but I highly doubt if it does result to that, they'll hopefully go for it.
I'm thinking this is 4-down territory for the Falcons. Down 7-3 on the road.
The Falcons once again. You're going to stick to the handoff.
Another handoff, this time over to Conti, and just nothing going there for Conti. Maybe a half a yard on that one. But this will be 3rd and still near the 3-yard line. And the Falcons, just trying to pound the ball in.
Those offensive linemen, man, they're pretty big. They'll stop you.
Soledad's linebackers, we'll see if they're up to the challenge here. 3rd down and about 4 now with 9:12 to go here in the second quarter.
Once again, looks like that's a very heavily...
This is to Locatelli over to the right tackle, and he will get stopped just short at about the 1-yard line. Locatelli picked up about 2 there, but it's going to be 4th and 1. Another 4th and 1 for Scotts Valley here, and a very crucial 4th and 1 now. And I think it's pretty obvious they're going to be going for it right here.
You know, if they don't make it, they'll put Soledad into a very bad spot. But then again, they can still get out too.
Anything's better than giving up the points. Rajala under center. Takes the snap.
If you ask me, it wasn't.
They stopped them. That is a goal line stop. No signal, no touchdown signal from the referees. That is a goal line stop. And the CCS Division IV champs holding strong at the 1-yard line there, Adam.
Hopefully there's no safety coming up anytime soon, because that ball is way back there.
And Scotts Valley could still get some points, and judging by the previous Aztec punt at least, gain some good field possession there, yardage-wise, if they can get this defensive stop here in the end zone. We are at 8:21 here in the second quarter.
At Soledad,
it's a keeper for Santa Ana, takes it over the right-hand side, and he will get about 2 yards on that one. And that's what you want to do. You just want to get out of that danger zone.
Oh, yeah. You'll be seeing a lot of short passes or maybe a deep shot. We've seen it before.
It'll be interesting to see if they go to Ortega. He hasn't had a whole lot of success in the early going here, but Santa Ana in the shotgun, and that is over to Ortega, and he is going to get stopped. I think they'll mark him just inside the 1-yard line, but just as soon as I say that, Soledad trying to get Ortega going, but just no dice. The Falcons have Ortega's number so far in this first half.
Looks like that ball is just wanting to go into that end zone, but Soledad is just pushing and pushing over.
Right now, it's just really all about ball protection.
Yeah.
Like at this point, if you get a yard here on this play, good. But more than anything, don't fumble it.
Oh man, that's even worse.
You just can't get it. If you don't get a turnover on this 3rd and a half a yard, this 3rd and 11 at the half-yard line, and Santa Ana, he goes deep, and that is just off the tips of the fingers. That was a pass over to Angel Olivas, and just off the tips of his fingers there. I gotta give it up for Coach Berlenga making these bold play calls there. Could have left his quarterback vulnerable there. That was like maybe half a foot away from being a long completion there.
The cornerbacks were coverage on that time. The last time that happened, a huge play turned up for Soledad.
Yeah, so Soledad again kicking a punt from their own end zone, and this one gets a lot better length on this one, but he is over to the right-hand side, and he has got some cuts, and he's going to get it inside the 20-yard line, and he is still going, but there's a flag on the play. And that was in the direction of a Falcons blocker. That was Kyle Raymond with the punt return. Ball will be marked inside the 20, close to the 18, Adam.
It looked like some Madden game right now. He was just cutting and cutting.
Yeah, absolutely. That was video game status for sure, but we will see what the flag was. There are 2 flags on the field, and usually coming from that direction, it's very likely that it'll be some sort of a holding against the receiving team as the referees are in conference. And it is a face mask. Personal foul against the kicking team. And then we also have an illegal block against the Falcons, and those penalties will offset.
They got lucky.
So that'll give the Falcons the ball again inside the 20-yard line. And close, actually.
Yeah.
They're at the 11-yard line.
Is that the 11-yard line?
I'm sorry.
Is it
Nope, they're going to re-kick it.
Oh, okay. I was a bit confused there. I was like,
I'm looking at the marker here, thinking, oh, they marked it at the 11. No dice.
I was a bit confused there.
So they will re-kick the ball here.
Once again.
And the kick goes off, and Raymond calls a fair catch near the 40-yard line. Not a whole lot of defenders around him, but
looks like they were more focused on the punter on that one. If you saw, the line of scrimmage was all white and purple on that.
And so the Falcons get the ball again at the 40-yard line. We have 6:41 to go here in the second quarter. Scotts Valley trailing Soledad 7-3. Live here, Friday Night Lights, Soledad High School. The Soledad Aztecs versus the Scotts Valley Falcons. First place in the MCAET Mission Division on the line here.
Let's see where they brew up on this one. It's going to be a toss.
That's a toss over to Conti over the right-hand side. And the back judge throws a flag, and that could be some sort of a holding call against the Falcons here. We'll see.
Hopefully not, because those are some pretty expensive fouls.
Absolutely.
Let's see what the calling is. It's going to be a face mask against Scotts Valley.
Personal foul. That's going to be a 15-yarder, I think. That's going to mark the ball back into Scotts Valley territory. That ball will be marked at the 45-yard line with 6 minutes and 34 seconds. So Scotts Valley went from having the ball 4th and 1 at the Soledad marker, unable to make that happen, and now they're all the way back to the 45-yard line after a 15-yard penalty.
Well, that was quick, wasn't it?
Scotts Valley just dumb luck so far in the early going. That's a pitch over to Conte, the left-hand side, and Conte, stretching out that long body of his, gets the ball close to the 45-yard marker. Ball will be marked at about the 44 with 5:56 to go here in the first half. Soledad clinging to a 7-3 lead here, Adam.
That's very good for Soledad. They're going to take that lead and make it to a tie for Scotts Valley against them.
In league play, absolutely.
Yeah.
If Soledad is able to hold on to this lead, get this victory at home, they will be in a tie with Scotts Valley atop the MCAET Mission Division. As Scotts Valley lines up at about the 48-yard line in Soledad territory. Still second and very long.
As flag is drawn out immediately.
That is a delay of game call against Scotts Valley, and man, these Falcons are just not showing any real discipline here tonight. That is another really bad penalty for this offense, and that has really just been left them snake bit here tonight.
Oh yeah, just really leading a 3-0 team. As they say, when you're in first place, there's going to be someone right behind you trying to snag it, and they're here Soledad really showing up on defense and on offense, trying to snag that first place. As we see,
Rajala gets back, and he gets pummeled by a group of Aztecs there on the tackle. Rajala unable to make anything happen, drop back into the pocket, and just no receivers open. So I'm getting some notes here from our boy Hamish out the peninsula. Remind Adam to hype next week's big game for Salinas High. So what's the big game next week for Salinas High?
I guess we're on the road, Salinas High, if I'm not wrong. Salinas High is against, I want to say, Alvarez. Am I correct?
I believe so.
Alvarez. Oh, yeah, that's going to be an amazing game. And it's picked.
And that is a pick. That is a pick right there for Soledad. Aaron Rodriguez. Aaron Rodriguez doing it on the offensive side, and now on the defensive side. He just read that all the way, saw the quarterback's eyes, and just completely cut that route. Jumped in front of number 10, Kyle Raymond, and that was
pretty good.
That was a beautiful pick, to be honest with you.
I thought that was a pretty funny play, too. The whole booth was all saying pick, and I looked down, and it's picked.
Yeah, but Rajala just completely looking at his wide receiver, and Rodriguez just completely jumped that one.
I read it like a book, as I like to say.
And so Soledad gets the ball in the Scotts Valley 45, and that is another handoff to Ortega, and nothing going again there. So frustrating night so far for Ortega. Looks pretty healthy up there, but just not able to get any penetration against that Scotts Valley defense so far. They obviously came in here cute on him, and they watched tons and tons of tape on him. So that's got to be the story.
Put a man on him. Had to.
But we'll see what Coach Berlanga, what kind of adjustments Coach Berlanga can make, as since the Scotts Valley defense is so keyed in on that running game. Let's see if he goes to any of his wide receivers. Rodriguez could potentially have the hot hand, but Berlanga thinking that he's got to maybe talk it over again with his troops. So he's going to call another timeout here. And so next week, it looks like next week it'll be Salinas High School versus Alvarez. And you guys are just, this is a really monumental year for you guys this year. We were at the pit 2 weeks ago, and, just talk to us a little bit about that experience for you.
Just being in school, it's still talked about. This homecoming parade, they were still talking about it, how they broke that streak. It was something really special for Salinas High. They really put a lot of enthusiasm onto the coaches and the players. Everyone just on a good note after that game, because it really showed something to them. We keep bringing up that 15-year mark, but once in the 15 years, that is definitely a monumental thing to be proud of, for that whole community to be proud of, for sure. Especially for a first-time Coach Zank, his first year,
Yeah, absolutely. Soledad as Santa Ana takes a snap, and he has a receiver open, and it's just beyond the reach of Marcus Morales. Sophomore Marcus Morales.
I still like to say that was a pretty good play. The quarterback was still looking downfield. Just the throw was just a bit too powerful on that one.
And, nice little wheel route there. And here's the thing. I mean, this Scotts Valley team is obviously keyed in on this running game. They're focused as much as they can be on Ortega. So that's got to leave some streaks up the field. At some point, you got to think that Santa Ana is really going to be able to zero in on one of his receivers because they're getting open.
Oh, yeah. Something that scares defense sometimes is a deep down pass. Really expecting to run, but then it's a deep pass downfield.
And Santa Ana back in the shotgun formation near the 50-yard line. Goes over to his right, has a receiver open again. That is a completion over to Angel Olivas. So we're going to see this play again. Santa Ana going over to his right-hand side. Pumps it a couple of times, but sees Olivas right open right there in the right flat and gets a nice completion over to him. And there's looks like there's a flag on the field, and the referees are in conference here.
That play was a bit similar to the last one, just judging how the routes of the different receivers, or the other receivers, I mean.
And that's some sort of personal foul. It's going to be against the Aztecs, and that'll bring the ball back, so that will pretty much nullify that completion. So that'll bring the ball out to the 47-yard line for now. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to take about 15 yards off from that spot. That ball will be somewhere near the 35-yard line.
Let's see.
Oh, no. Looks like they'll keep it there at the 47.
That's going to be called as a
that'll be first and 10 at the 47-yard line now with 3 minutes and 39 seconds to go. So not just a loss for the Aztecs, but not an extraordinarily huge one. And that is Ortega going up the middle, jumps over a defender, and still only able to get maybe 2 yards on that one.
Maybe one of these plays, Ortega's going to really surprise us and go downfield.
And that one looked like had potential for a breakaway, but the Scotts Valley defense, it looks like they're just stacking up the middle there, just waiting for Ortega to make a move. He just can't make anything happen here.
Let's see what's going on this
will
play.
Be about 2nd and 8 with the ball at the 48-yard line. 3 minutes on the clock. And there's Ortega, and he's pounding. He's running his way up the middle. And there is that run that we've been waiting all night for him to pull off.
That's the Ortega Soledad has been looking for as he cuts. That's a nice run up the middle. He really just shoves those players out of his way.
Yeah, and there was a ton of Scotts Valley defenders right up in that. And we are going to get a penalty here. And that is going to be a false start against the Aztecs. So, 10 steps forward, 5 steps back on that one. But still, we'll talk about that Ortega run there.
Oh, yeah.
Soledad has been desperate to see that all night. And I think just even though we're going to have this little setback here, they got to be a little encouraged that their guy's back, especially after that tough shoulder injury.
He must be a great leader on that offense, especially if he really moves them downfield. Maybe not right now, but before. On the past games, currently, he still gets some good yardage. And
we'll see if they go back to Ortega to give him some momentum. Fakes the handoff. That is going up the middle. That is completion up the middle. That one is again to Rodriguez, and that'll give him a first down. And that ball will be marked inside, just at the 10-yard line. I was thinking it was going to be inside the 10-yard line, but just at the 10-yard line with 2 minutes and 27 seconds on the clock. First and 10. That'll be a 1st and 10.
Really just snagged that ball, Marcos. He just said, "That's mine," and took it.
And I really like the way that Santa Ana is slinging the ball as he completes another touchdown. This one to Olivas. That is a 10-yard touchdown pass to Olivas on the run, and Santa Ana really looking good on the run here. That is really working for him as we see that replay again. And Olivas making a really, really nice catch there in the right-hand corner of the end zone there. So, you get Santa Ana in motion here, and he can make some things happen.
We've seen him. We've seen it before. Maybe not completed, but shown to be able to prove it.
and showing some really good athleticism as the ball is up, and that one gets blocked. The kick is blocked there, so that'll be a 13-3 lead for Soledad. Soledad taking a 13-3 lead here, approaching the 2-minute mark in the first half. Soledad with 10-point lead here. Probably would have, of course, liked to have gotten that extra point, but nonetheless, got to feel strong for two reasons. Number one, obviously getting Ortega into the mix there with a really, really strong run. And then number two, Santa Ana showing off that athleticism and able to sling the pigskin there.
You know, going back into that locker room in the second half, Scotts Valley's got to have a pretty good speech, 3-13 with the game to decide if you're ahead or behind. Scotts Valley, it needs something to happen here for them.
Scotts Valley is looking to get at least some points on the board before they head into an extra long halftime. This will be a 20-minute halftime because of the Soledad homecoming. So, and that ball will be called a touchback.
The really good kick by Soledad. Still pretty cold tonight here. I'm really glad that we're not outside because I'm cold even when we're inside.
Yeah, it's these Friday night lights are no joke. So for all you folks watching us out there in cable TV land or streaming this online, please don't take for granted the comfort and the warmth that we're able to provide for you by being able to watch this at home. We're out here, we're grinding for you all. Ball at the 20-yard line. That was a handoff over to Conti, and nothing going there for Scotts Valley. These Falcons really just not making anything happening for them on offense ever since that first possession when they were so close to getting that touchdown and instead had to settle for a field goal.
Something not really any teams like to settle for. 3 to 7 points, that's a lot of differential. As the ball's going to get snapped and it's going to be another handoff. And it looks like it's going to go off to the right side and it's going to get tackled for around 5 yards, if I'm correct.
And we don't have a number 4 on our roster, so we are not sure who that was. As there was just a complete echo here in the booth of 4. Who was that? Number 4. Nonetheless,
we'd have no
Scotts
idea.
Valley, 3rd and 4 at about the 27-yard line with 1 minute to go here in the first half, trying to make something happen.
They're down again. Soledad.
There's a handoff again to Conti. Conti dancing around. Looks like he has the first down yardage and then some. Gets the ball past the 35-yard line. Ball being marked at about the 36. We got about 44 seconds to go on the clock as the clock stops and the first down markers readjust here, and the whistle back will get the clock revving up again. Scotts Valley still, even just a field goal going into the half would definitely be of help, be of service for them.
It doesn't hurt to have it, right? As we see a run and
another run to Conti, and Conti running wild here, takes the ball just past the 46-yard line, just past the 45-yard line rather. Ball will be marked at the 45 with 13 seconds to go. Scotts Valley maybe have time to get one play off if they want, but it looks like they will just go ahead and let the clock run off as we go ahead and approach the halftime marker here. MCAET TV Friday Night Lights. We are live here from Soledad High School. All right, Friday Night Lights. We are back for MCAET TV, and I am sitting here. I am very lucky. I teased this earlier that we were sitting with a celebrity here. We have a celebrity interview, a local celebrity, sitting here with the lovely council member, Carla Stewart of the Soledad City Council. How are you doing today, Carla?
I'm doing great. How are you, Marcus?
Oh, I'm great. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited to talk to you. Talk about all of the awesome initiatives, community initiatives you have going on here. It's happening in Soledad.
It is happening in Soledad. We have a really great project project going on right now at Gallardo Park. We're spending about $2.148 million to convert one ball field into 3 state-of-the-art ball fields.
Yeah.
They'll have dugouts, lighting, the signage, and everything. So we're really excited about that.
Absolutely, and we were talking about it a little earlier. This is going to draw, interest from all of the surrounding South County communities as well, because like I said, these will be state-of-the-art facilities.
Yes.
We're gonna bring a lot of civic pride with this project, I would imagine.
Absolutely, and we're hoping to draw in some traveling teams as well, so it'll also help our economic development in our town as well.
Certainly, and Soledad it just continues to be on the rise here. The community coming out strong to support this program, especially tonight. This is the first homecoming as CCS Division 4 champion. So just talk to me about the buzz around town here and supporting this program.
Well, we had a homecoming parade today, and it was very well attended, and our community is just so proud of our Aztecs. Last year, when they went to play the CCS championship game, they had to rent buses to take all of the community members that wanted to attend the game, and it was raining on top of it. So it just goes to show how much our community really loves our Aztecs, and not just our football players, but all of our students and everything that they do and the hard work that they put in all year long to accomplish those things.
Aztec pride is it's a real thing here in Soledad, and it's just obviously the football program helped put that on the map, but it's really nice to have you here just to talk about how that pride is just going out into other pieces of the community. You just aligned yourself with a new organization that's devoted to animal rescue, so tell me, what's it called, and what have you guys been able to accomplish so far?
We are called South County Animal Rescue, and we were founded in January 2016. We actually just received our 501c3 status about 2 months ago, so we are an official nonprofit. To date, we have rescued over 200 animals that would have potentially been euthanized at our local shelters. We provide assistance with those that can't afford vaccination, microchipping, spaying, and neutering. We also can provide food if they need assistance in feeding their animals as well. So that's something that I'm really proud to be a part of.
Oh, absolutely. I love seeing that kind of just that progressive approach here in this community here. Just thinking, what the complete needs of the community are, and that includes your four-legged friends out here in this community. They're absolutely a part of this.
They're our family too.
Of course. And then, just with your eye towards the future here, I told you the story. My parents are born and raised here in Soledad, and my mom, way back in the day, used to work at the tiny. It was maybe a 2 or 3 screen movie theater
across from the post office.
Across from the post office. Valley Foods, I think it is.
Yes.
But now you guys have your eyes set on something kind of larger. Can you talk a little bit about that at least?
Yes. So we have a movie theater project in the works, and it will also have about 8 business pads around it. And currently the developer is still working on the plans with his architect for the movie theater, but it's going to be a multi-screen theater. And the business pads they're still in negotiations for the businesses, but they're looking at sit-down food, fast food, hardware, clothing, hopefully a major clothing retailer, and we're really excited about that project. We're hoping that it will be ready to go and for people to start attending movies in the fall of next year.
Oh man, wow, that is coming up fast.
Yes, so fingers crossed they get their plans submitted soon and we can start moving forward with the approval process.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. And just before we wrap up here, it's homecoming, so you got any homecoming shout outs you want to send out there?
I have homecoming shout out to the NJROTC Soledad. Thank you so much for collecting all of the trash over on Nestles Road across from the Foods Co. Shopping Center. That was a pretty bad eyesore, and you guys cleaned it up great. It helped beautify our city, so thank you for spending your Wednesday afternoon doing that.
And your husband here in the house as well?
My husband is here too, Adam. Thank you for being here. So
had to shout him out here.
Yeah, I have to give him a shout out. I drag him along to just about everything, and he has great Aztec pride as well.
Absolutely. Well, it has been a pleasure talking to you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for your time. Carla Stewart, member of the City Council here in Soledad, and just a local civic leader. Thank you so much for your time here.
Thank you so much. Go Aztecs.
MCAET TV in the building here, Soledad High School. I am Marcos Alex Cabrera with my partner,
Adam Villasenor.
Big boy Adam in the building. Soledad with a 13-3 lead over Scotts Valley in a very heated Mission Trails Athletic League matchup. This is essentially the thought process going into this game, Adam, was that the winner of this matchup is pretty much in line for the league title. So, and I think both squads, despite Scotts Valley not able to get anything going on offense, I think both squads are playing pretty strong, like first place is on the line. The one thing I'm noticing out of Scotts Valley's offense, though, at least for the first half, rather one-dimensional. Lots, just the ground game, ground and pound, and they are able to get something going, but they just can't punch it in.
They can't finish out.
Got to close.
But then again, a touchdown can really change the game.
Yeah, Scotts Valley touchdown on this drive will. That'll be a tone setter for the second half. Absolutely. So we'll see what they can get going here. With Scott Conti has been kind of the catalyst. He's been driving this offense along with Anthony Locatelli for the Falcons as the second half kicks off here, and we have Kyle Raymond taking the kick return, gets the ball out past the 20-yard line, and ball will be marked, looks like close to the 25-yard line maybe. Nope, right at the 20-yard line.
Beginning this second half.
11:53 on the clock here to start off the third quarter. Ball marked at the 20-yard line for the Scotts Valley Falcons.
I gotta ask you something though, Marcos. How are you feeling? Like, are you cold? Are you hot? Cause man, I feel unusually kind of cold right here.
You got the wind. I was telling you, the wind's blasting through these open windows here. So
is it me or is it like? Are you feeling
it's a bit of a chill here as we have a pitch over to the left-hand side. That one goes over to. That looks like it's over to Locatelli. Locatelli with the carry to the left-hand side. That ball get marked at just past the 25-yard line. First, second down, and let's call it 2nd and 5 with the ball, 26-yard line. 11:28 to go here in the chilly start of the third quarter.
I think I'm just start off with another. Run off to the right.
And Locatelli gets hit just below just at about the shins there by Victor Ocampo. So a little bit of a flip
up
there.
Oh yeah.
A little bit of a flip there as we get about 3rd and about 4 here for the Falcons.
See, going up and on a 3rd down. Falcons yet to find their way into the end zone through fully. I mean, that's going to be another toss. It's directed to the left side, and it's going to be brought down.
And Locatelli again with the pitch, and that is going to be short. That's going to be about 3 yards short. Yeah, he got about a yard maybe on that one. So that's going to bring out the punt team. Not a very promising start here to the second half for Scotts Valley as they continue to just stick to the ground game for the most part here. And Soledad just up to the task.
But still, Scotts Valley still shouldn't be discouraged. There's still a lot of time in the game, and there still can be a lot of things that can happen as the kick is off, and it looks like it's going to be.
Hala gets that one off, and that will be downed inside the 50-yard line. Ball marked about the 48-yard line.
I think that may have touched the Soledad player.
No, I don't.
I may have thought of the 15.
Yeah, I'm not getting any indication that's going to be first down for the Soledad.
I want to see
Aztecs.
a replay. I could have sworn.
It was close. There was definitely close, and there is some conference there from the referee.
May have been the touch I'm talking about. I saw there was a touch by number 15.
Yeah,
most
there
probably.
Was, you could see the Scotts Valley squad trying to plead their case, and one of the line judges looks like also making a motion about it. Let's see. Let's see what they call here.
Let's see if it'll go on the favor of Scotts Valley.
There is a flag on the field now, I'm noticing.
it's going to go
And
on.
so that is going to be a penalty call against the Aztecs. Looks like it's some sort of a personal foul. And the result, I saw...
Looks like it's going to be.
It's going to be a.
kick.
It's going to be first down for Scotts Valley.
It's a first down. Is it? It looks like there's the ball now.
Yeah, it looks like it was some sort of a personal foul against the Soledad Aztecs. Couldn't get the exact call, but it will be Falcons ball here. So we're looking at Falcons ball marked at about the 44-yard line with 9:59, and so renewed life here for the Falcons.
Yeah, it looks like I don't know what's going on there with the referees really just talking to him down.
And you got to think, at this point, every single possession is got to be desperation mode for the Falcons. They're playing a CCS champion. So this Aztecs team, they know how to win.
Oh yeah, and coming so far from their house all the way over here, they really don't want to go back home sad. Come on.
No one wants to go back home sad, of course, but that's a long drive from Soledad to Scotts Valley on a cold bus.
Let's see.
And so it was definitely a personal foul. And first down for Scotts Valley is the official call there. We don't have any mic from the referee there.
Still.
So now, and so we got a whole bunch of confusion going on here.
Even now I'm confused, and I'm smart, right, Marcos?
You are very smart, sir. There's no doubt about it. So, bottom line is, this will be now the Aztecs ball.
So it went to Scotts Valley and Aztec.
Yeah. So now it is an Aztecs ball. Ball will be marked at the 32-yard line. That is as much as I can tell at this moment. Stay tuned, folks. Breaking news.
Yeah, and I'm still.
This story is still developing. We do have 9:59 left on the clock as the referees get ready to line up here.
It looks like it will. Yeah, as he said, it is going to be an Aztec. Finally, maybe.
And Santa Ana in the shotgun. So this will be Aztecs ball.
It's going to be another run.
That's a run for Ortega, and he's looking for some room, and he does have some room up the right-hand sideline, but there is another flag that will likely go against the Aztecs. Probably a holding against Soledad. That'll bring the ball back to about the somewhere near the 20-yard line. Ball currently marked at 32. Ortega got about maybe 4 or 5 yards on that one, but that one's coming back for sure.
After this first half, Marcos, how I told you, I felt this first half went pretty quickly, and now this third quarter is...
And now this third quarter is just lagging and lagging. So this will be first and about 16, ball marked near the 35-yard line. First and 16, 9:44 here in the third quarter. Shout out to my man, Justin.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
coming in here, always checking on us, always taking care of us.
You can definitely say that, Marcos.
Absolutely, as that was a handoff over to Ortega to the left side and nothing going. Ortega trying to get that engine revving. Had one good run that he peeled off in the first half, and that was it. So we got to think that Coach Berlanga is going to want Ortega to get more involved here in the second half. Second and about 18. And that's a fake over to Ortega, and Santa Ana takes it over to the left-hand side looking for some extra room. Maybe gets an extra half yard with that effort. That ball will get him at least a little bit past the original line of scrimmage. Ball will be marked near the 35-yard line, right at the 35-yard line with 9 minutes and 2 seconds to go on the clock. That'll be third and about 7 here at the 35-yard line for the Aztecs.
As again, the Aztecs begin with their third down. It's going to be handoff, and it's going to be quickly
Ortega
shut down.
just rocked
Looks like they
at
tried
the
to pull
point
out
of
that
the
ball.
handoff, and that was just nothing going. That was Elias Avalos, number 52 for Scotts Valley right there. And I don't know if we can get a replay from the booth there, but Ortega's struggles just continue here in the second half. Man, Avalos just was right there.
Looks like it went up against Scotts Valley, that flag.
Yep, and that will be a penalty against Scotts Valley. Will it be enough for a first down? I didn't get a read on the call, but that'll give the Aztecs at least another redo on that third down, and now the ball will be marked close to the 40-yard line, so it's going to be about 3rd and 4 with 8:45 to go here in the third quarter. Santa Ana in the shotgun.
Very good pocket
downfield for a receiver, but now he's going to hold on to it and run to the right side. He's going to get the first down.
Very dangerous move by him. You know, once you roll out, they're targeting you to hit you hard to get that ball out.
And we're going to see the replay here. Santa Ana rolls out to his left-hand side and just evades the defender there. That was David Nicholson, but gets a clear path over on that right-hand side and able to get the ball out near the 50-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10 at about the 47-yard line with 8:32 to go on the clock.
And the quick handoff to the man of the hour.
And Ortega pounding. That was a really nice run. That may have been, I think his last run where he went up the middle, that was a more powerful run. But that just shows you the quickness that Ortega possesses. Able to get over the left-hand side and just go horizontal rather, and get those extra yards there. So that'll be first down at the 34-yard line with 8:24 to go here in the third quarter.
See, again, will be a rolling out and a nice pass.
Santa Ana finds a wide open Marcus Morales for close to a first down. That was about 8 yards, and Santa Ana just looks so comfortable coming out of the pocket in motion. Just has a really clear vision of the field there. This kid's an athlete, y'all.
You know, that's how big plays happen. If you have a lot of time as a quarterback, you're going to make something out of it.
And here goes Ortega. Ortega looking like he wants to go downhill, but there's a flag on the field. And Ortega definitely had a nice hold there and looked like he was ready to just start running down that hill, but that flag is going to bring it back.
As the clock stops at 7:47. Looks like it's going to be against Soledad, am I correct?
Oh yeah, that's a holding against Soledad. That'll bring the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be, I guess that'll be a 1st and 10 again. So
second.
It's basically going to be a do-over.
Let's see.
I'm sorry, 2nd and 10. That'll be a 2nd and 10. Essentially negating that completion there on first down for Soledad. So that'll be a 2nd and 10 with the ball marked at the 34-yard line.
As they roll out to their left. And it looks like some nice cuts. Some nice cuts, and the ball is, ooh.
You know, the thing I love about that play, Santa Ana really showing off his athleticism, throwing the ball across his body, going to the left-hand side there, and finding a wide-open receiver.
The ball almost came out
Finding
loose.
a wide-open receiver. That was Aaron Rodriguez, close to the first down. But, man, Santa Ana throwing some really pretty passes here, and he scrambles and holds onto the ball, and he's going to get a first down here with his legs.
Quick play.
Quick play. Quick run, and
oh, no.
I don't know if you saw that, but I'm hoping that was accidental, but a Scotts Valley player just kicked him right in the face, square in the face there. And they better go check his head on that one, because I definitely did. I caught that, and I couldn't tell if the Scotts Valley player did that intentionally or not, but that was a kick. And the crowd goes a little quiet, and folks taking a knee, but when it's a blow to the head like that, you really gotta be careful.
Hopefully not a concussion.
Concussion protocol should be taken here. Santa Ana, though, it's like you heard me personally and said,
yeah,
no, you're wrong. But they're going to set him out for at least a couple of plays there. Got to think he's going to do everything he can to convince his coach that he can come back into the game. But pretty scary moment there, and it looks like we'll be seeing Gabriel Flores, Junior Gabriel Flores will be coming in his place. Coach Berlanga is going to take a couple of moments to chat him up, and I think the conversation there is, hey, go lead the squad. Yeah. You got the ball at the 22-yard line, and probably let's just hand the ball off to Ortega the next 5 or 6 plays here if we can. And Ortega lines up deep in the backfield there. And sure enough, right up the gut there.
As predicted by Marcos.
Yeah, I think you got a junior QB coming in to replace the starter. You just hand off the rock to your stud running back. And Santa Ana wasting no time getting back into the game here. That'll be a second and about 6 with 6:04 on the clock here in the third quarter. Soledad rolling off time here and really just trying to squeeze that clock dry for the second half. Little fake handoff, and he's going to find Rodriguez over again. Open. Little shoving there, little gamemanship there. And who is that going to be against?
It might have been against Soledad, maybe an unsportsmanlike.
There's some sort of, that's definitely going to be an unsportsmanlike. It's just a matter of who instigated it. Rodriguez got a little showy there. And there's another flag, and that's definitely against Scotts Valley. That flag was definitely against Scotts Valley. Refs telling Scotts Valley to pipe down. They weren't doing it. And it was getting a little testy in the JV game. I don't know if you saw any of that.
Oh yeah, I saw it. It was rough. One of the players
there was
got
an
ejected
ejection.
too. Yeah.
So there's tensions are rising here. Wow. So 2 unsportsmanlike conduct plays. 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties called against Scotts Valley, and that's going to give Soledad great field position here. We'll see where they do wind up marking the ball, but
one play can really discourage.
I mean, that was a completion. That was already a nice completion.
Oh yeah.
We're going to see where they wind up marking the ball. It's going to be close to the pylon here. The referee, the line judge, lines up about 2 yards. About the 2-yard line, so Soledad pretty much a point-blank range shot at the end zone. Ball will be marked at 3-yard line with 5 minutes and 46 seconds to go. First and goal at the 3 for the Aztecs. And if they can punch it in here with this defense, we might be looking at a long drive for Scotts Valley here. There's the handoff over to Ortega. Pounds it in, still on his feet. No signal from the refs yet. Ball be marked at about the half-yard line mark. So Soledad lining up really quick again with the no-huddle offense here. Santa Ana is going to hand it off, and there goes Ortega. There it is, touchdown.
Wow.
Touchdown, Manuel Ortega. Gives the Soledad Aztecs, for the moment, a 19-3 lead pending the extra point attempt here. And we'll see if Soledad wants to kick it or if they want to try and make up for that last kick and failed kick and go for the 2-pointer. As we see the replay there, and Ortega doing what he does and just pounding that ball in there.
Really has to show for what his stats mean, man.
And it looks like Soledad, as I just stated a moment ago, they will be trying to make up for that failed extra point attempt earlier. They're going to go for 2. Ortega's going to line up right behind Santa Ana. Santa Ana's just going to go into motion, and he was probably going to try and take this one in and just stop. He gets stopped dead in his tracks there. Number 26, Will Schwartz. Will Schwartz will stop Santa Ana and the Aztecs' 2-point attempt. But Soledad, nonetheless, after after a pair of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties against the Scotts Valley Falcons set them up at the 3-yard line. Soledad delivers.
Yeah. Big touchdown. 3-19 now.
19-3 is the score with 5 minutes and 22 to go here in the third quarter. Soledad is in total control here at home for homecoming and senior night. Could be a good senior night for these Aztecs.
At the same time, Soledad High celebrating their homecoming too. You know, my teacher this morning, I have him for 4th period. And he was just mentioning how he was going to live stream the homecoming dance so all the parents can see what their children are doing. And I just found it so funny. And I was just saying, are you really going to do it? And he just shushed me to just keep it low because he didn't want to hear. I just found it really funny.
Quiet.
Hopefully no one in Salinas High is watching this.
So if you want to see that live stream of the Salinas High School homecoming dance, go ahead and log into Facebook and do a quick keyword search.
And see what your children are up to. That's the kickoff return right there.
We got the kickoff return ball get marked. Looks like it's about the 30-yard line. Call it the 29-yard line. 5 minutes and 16 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Soledad in full control. 19-3 lead over Scotts Valley.
It's going to be
and that's going to be a counter up the gut, and that is going to get them well past the first down there, rather. That is Anthony Locatelli on the carry. And we're approaching, or rather, we've passed the halfway point in this third quarter.
Cold day.
Cold night.
Or night,
but,
yeah.
Soledad, at the end of this game, if they can hold on, will be in a really good position here in the MCAET Mission Division.
As they're going to roll out Scotts Valley, and they're going to face a lot of pressure.
And he evades several defenders and is able to dump it off. A nice pass that got caught near the 40-yard line. Takes it over, past inside the 30-yard line. That ball will be marked inside the 30, near the 26-yard line. That was Carson Spence, as we see Rajala.
Look at this. Oh.
1, 2, 3. There are 3 Soledad defenders, 4, 5 defenders he was able to evade. And he was able to find Spence there. And Spence able to take it. That ball will be marked just at about the 20, let's call it the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 here with 4:22 to go in the third quarter. Scotts Valley got something cooking. And that's a handoff over to Locatelli.
Nothing good cooking in that play, Marcos.
Through about 3 yards. But definitely not as much as we're on that previous play there.
3 yards is better than no yards. I take that back.
Yeah, 3. I'll give him 3. If I was scoring this game, I would give him 3. Rajala to the line of scrimmage.
Looks like he's going to roll it. He's going to keep rolling with it. He's going to look downfield.
Trying to do his best Santa Ana impression there, and he does get a couple more yards. So that'll be, the ref looks like they gave him about 2 yards there, so that ball get marked close to the 22-yard line there. 3:39 to go as the clock stops on the out of bounds. That'll be third and about 7. Third and 6. Let's call it 3rd and 6 with 3:39 to go here in the third quarter, Adam.
Very coming up with 3rd down for Scotts Valley. Very close to the Soledad's end zone. It looks he's going to look to his left, and he's going to throw it up there, and it's incomplete.
And that was Santa Ana on defense there, but he is down. the Soledad quarterback is down, and it is some sort of a leg injury. Not a good sign for your starting quarterback there, as he lays down in pain. And we got the Aztec sideline takes a knee, as well as all of the cheerleaders. And this is a tense moment. You hope it's something, a cramp or something, but
yeah, he felt pretty
Santa
far.
Ana is Santa Ana looks like he's writhing out there in pain. 3:33 on the clock. Soledad with a strong 19-3 lead, although Scotts Valley again threatening. But with 4th and 6, all of the attention is going to turn to quarterback Santa Ana here, who is still being attended to in the end zone. Trainers out there are working on him.
Hopefully he has a fast recovery. And
he does get up. He does get up, but he is putting no weight on that leg. So hopping off the field, trying to show some strength out there, and some encouragement for his team. And it looks like it's they're stretching it out. It may be just a cramp. So
hopefully it is just a cramp, because those injuries are no joke, Marcos.
Yeah, they're stretching out his leg. So Rajala will come back with the ball at the 22-yard line, and 3:33 here in the third quarter to go.
Looks like it's a 4th down.
That's 4th and 6 here. And looking on the sideline against Santa Ana, just unable to put any sort of weight. So we'll hope for the best for him.
Dude, what's that tape? Huh? Poor man's painkiller, or he's just trying to get to the day. He's just an alcoholic.
As the Aztecs crowd has gone noticeably silent here, noticeably quiet here. Rajala rolls out to his left side. He may have an opening there. He may, and we'll see where they mark that. Line judges close to the first down line, but it's going to be short.
Actually, you know what?
Nice run.
Yeah, Rajala did find some space there, but that's going to be a turnover on downs. And once again, the Aztecs defense coming up on a 4th down there, as Scotts Valley continues to they threaten to get into that end zone, but
just can't pull through.
No dice. And the ball will be marked close to the 18-yard line. 3:26 on the clock, and once again, Gabriel Flores out there.
It's going to be tossed.
He's going to toss it over to Ortega. Ortega take it over to the right side, maybe get a yard or two. With 3:16 on the clock.
And rolling.
And this third quarter,
not looking too good for Soledad.
This third quarter just feeling like the length of the first 2 quarters of this game, to be honest with you.
Quarter 1 and 2 were quick.
Yeah.
If you ask me. And quarter 3.
And the third quarter always tends to drag a little, for whatever reason it is. Flores in the shotgun formation. And that is a handoff over to Marcus Morales, but Morales probably lost a yard or two on that one. Nothing going on that one. Attempted a little end around there. With 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock here, Adam. Soledad just can't, even though the score, they're obviously in control with the lead, just not able to get the kind of dominant momentum that they would want at this point in the game.
You know, when you miss a really important player on your team, it can really damage you on that side of the ball. And hopefully it won't damage Soledad too much, having a quarterback change or the leader change.
And Flores out to Rodriguez in the flat, and that is going to be a first down. Nice play and nice show of athleticism there by Flores. As we're going to see this, he rolls out to his right side, does a quick pump, But a nice throw out there to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez making a really good catch there as well in the flat. That's going to get the ball just past the 30-yard line with 1 minute and 56 seconds on the clock. So maybe we can see if Flores can get something sparked here for the Aztecs, who are looking to build upon the strong lead, 19-3 here in the third quarter.
See again, Aztecs.
Flores fakes like he's going to throw and then holds on to it, continues to run. And Flores got a couple of extra yards there with that second effort.
Yeah, really trying to move the ball, really not trying to pull off no yards.
Yeah, not trying to do too much there, but they gave him about 3 yards, maybe 2.5, 3 yards there. 1 minute and 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Ball marked at about the 34-yard line here in Aztecs territory. And one good sign that we can report, at least Santa Ana is on his feet now and downing a lot of Gatorade. So hopefully it was just a really bad cramp there. Ortega takes the pitch, goes over to his right-hand side, and continues the trend of Aztecs shuffling out of bounds to the right side. That'll be third and about 3 now with the ball marked. I'm sorry, third and about 6 now. The ball marked at about the 36-yard line. 1 minute and 45 seconds to go here in this never-ending third quarter.
Before I took a grand from over there, maybe like
Bringing up a third down and around 6.
So now I'm like, oh, I know, okay, that's it. Because it's professional.
Again, Soledad moving the ball and almost fumbling it, rolling off
Flores
to his
gonna
left.
roll out, and he's gonna. Looks like if he can get past, if he could have just gotten past that defender, he may have had enough room to get the first down. There is a flag on the Aztec side of the ball. And here in the booth, we're hearing murmurs that it may have been something against Ortega. We'll wait and see. Referee motioning that it was a holding.
Let's see what it comes out.
That it will be a holding against the Aztecs. That penalty will be declined, and it'll be a turnover, or rather, it'll lead to a fourth down for the Aztecs.
Let's see how far this kick will go, or if it's a fake.
Yeah, the Aztecs on their first possession had a fourth down and very long,
and faked it.
Made a statement by going for it, going for the fake punt. So we'll see. They're lined up in the punt formation. Ball marked near the 38-yard line, and this kick will go off. Let's see what kind of a roll it gets, and got a bit of a bounce, but it did wind up bouncing off of Aztec's leg, so that ball will get marked just past the 30-yard line, about the 33-yard line, with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter now. Soledad with a 19-3 lead taking over, or rather Scotts Valley taking over on offense.
It's time for Scotts Valley to show up. It's third quarter, 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock. Really need something to go down. You know, maybe they'll have an opportunity now that starting quarterback for Soledad has gone down. Maybe they can use that to their advantage on defense if they do it correctly.
Rajala rolls out to his right, and he finds an open receiver. That will be Kyle Raymond. But Raymond, not much going on that play, as we'll see a quick replay here. Rajala just a bit to his right-hand side, but Rajala just gets stopped right there. Nothing going. That was Rodriguez with the stop. So that ball for no gain, and that'll be 2nd and 10, again at about the 33-yard line.
As the clock is winding down very quickly for Scotts Valley, and it looks like it's going to be incomplete.
That ball was deflected by the Aztecs, and I've heard that there is a flag on the field there.
Let's see what it comes out to be.
That's going to be a holding against Scotts Valley, so that'll bring the ball out to about the 23-yard line for Scotts Valley with the holding call. Although that was an incompletion, we'll see if Soledad chooses to accept the penalty. So that'll be a holding against Scotts Valley. Ball will get marked back somewhere near the 23-yard line.
Something Scotts Valley doesn't want to face right now, especially with the type of score that's up on the board right now. Really making it even harder for Scotts Valley right here.
Ball gets marked down at the 20-yard line now, as we still have 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Rajala looking deep, has a receiver, and it is picked. It is picked.
As we hear the live.
That was Marcus Morales with the pick. Rajala had a receiver, Kyle Raymond. He did have a step on the defensive back, but that ball just floated way too high in the air.
And it just fell right into his hands, and the receiver really couldn't do much there.
Yeah, absolutely. And Soledad takes over at the 50-yard line here with 23 seconds left in the third quarter. And this third quarter just refuses to die.
It's still rolling. It feels like it's been forever.
At least compared to the first two quarters in this game.
Oh, yeah.
And good news for the Aztec side. Santa Ana back to take the snap. Robbie Santa Ana back on the field. So it's going to be a handoff over to Ortega, and at this point, with a 19-3 lead, if I'm Berlanga,
running down that clock,
you just want to see your guys stay healthy is all I'm saying. So between Santa Ana getting that injury and then Ortega not really having anything going, you might want to think about giving you guys a blow here for this fourth quarter. Of course, I'm not a CCS Division 4 champion coach, so what do I know? But we are at the end of the third quarter at last. 19-3 is the score. Soledad at home with a 19-3 lead heading into the fourth quarter. It's Friday Night Lights, MCAET TV. We are in the building live from Soledad High School. Marcos Cabrera in the house with my partner,
Adam Villaseñor.
And Adam, again, we're going to look forward to talking about that Salinas High Alvarez matchup next week. Not a whole lot of playoff implications, but still, anytime you get crosstown rivals, it's something worth talking about.
It definitely is always a talk around town, having games like that. It's always exciting to watch, and it always is an intense game.
And I always think, I still consider Alvarez as like the new school in town, even though they're 20 years old. I always just, their traditions are still are still getting established there. And I don't know that they have a true rivalry with Salinas.
It looks like it's going to be he's going to keep the ball on that play.
And Santa Ana holds on to the ball, but a little slow to get up. And just got to be careful with your top athletes at this point. I know it's a battle for first place, and you want to keep your soldiers out there. But if your guy is sore, gotta look out for him. It's at some point you gotta
really think about them.
Gotta do what's best for them. So we'll see. But Coach Berlanga is a smart man and a great football mind. So he may be wanting to let his guy just stay out there and prove his worth.
There's a timeout is being called.
And there's a timeout on the field here. 11:13 on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Soledad with a 19-3 lead.
Whew. Nothing really has changed since the last quarters.
Nothing changing. Scotts Valley just came in here touted on defense especially, And we've seen them shut down Soledad's top offensive threat, Emmanuel Ortega. But two things about that. Number one, Ortega was coming off an injury, so missed last week's game. So he still could just be revving up. And then number two, in the midst of all that, we have Robbie Santa Ana, just really having a tremendous game here, showing off his athleticism as he drops back into the pocket. He has a wide open receiver there. That was a completion over to Marcus Morales, but that will be ruled down by contact. And Morales just with a great route just up the middle, wide open. We're going to see the replay there.
That was a great fake to lead off, draw out the defense.
That faked out our camera guys. And luckily Morales was down there, so that faked out our camera guys, took him completely off of the ball. But here I am, so concerned for Santa Ana's health, and here he is over there just continually responding directly to me that he's just fine. Ortega
with the flag.
Ortega got a good gain on that, but that one's going to get called back here.
Let's see what it is.
As the refs continue their little conference. And that is a personal foul against the Aztecs, so that'll be a 15-yard penalty and a repeat of the first down. That ball's going to get marked somewhere near the 35. That's going to get marked at about the 33-yard line with 10:45 to go here in the game. Soledad has first and a mile here, but they are still in relatively good shape with a 19-3 lead as the clock continues to wind down. Starting quarterback Robbie Santa Ana, previously injured in the last quarter, still back in there.
That's a real true athlete there.
Probably looking to at least make a statement against a top-tier team here in the league by continuing to be out here.
Yeah. Really tried to convince his coach to keep him out there, or is his coach convincing him to go back out there?
But as we say that, another flag, and this will be, looks like an offsides here, and that'll get the ball marked even further back for the Aztecs. As the crowd jeers as for some reason the Scotts Valley mascot decided to take a lap past the Aztecs cheering section. Down 19-3. And he's trying his with all his might to sprint, but
hopefully he doesn't fall.
And another delay game for the Aztecs. And that, scorekeeper here putting it out that maybe the Scotts Valley Falcons distracting the Aztecs here.
And it worked.
Maybe that was the strategy all along. 10:13 on the clock here in the fourth quarter.
That's what you call a 12th man on the field.
The 12th man is the Scotts Valley's Falcon mascot. And that I'll admit that threw me off a little.
Yeah, I thought they were upset of the flag, and then I see the mascot
I was like,
running.
what's happening on the field?
Yeah.
What's going on?
As we, Soledad is way back now.
Soledad, they're first and Gonzalez at this point.
First and Gonzalez.
The ball is marked at about the 37-yard line now.
Well, at least it's a first down, at least. Trying to look positive. And I don't know.
Yeah, no, you guys are rough. You guys like, yo, 3.
And now Soledad will line up Robbie Santa Ana in the shotgun formation.
You guys are like, yo, 3.
And it's going to get snapped. It looks like he's going to roll out to his right.
And that is a completion. That looks like it's a completed pass. Nope. They will say no, Pat. No completion to Rodriguez. That'll be second and about 32. Ball marked at the 37-yard line. 9:58 to go here in the game as we are winding down Friday Night Lights. MCAET TV live from Soledad High School. Marcos Cabrera with my partner,
Adam Villaseñor.
This is the warmest game of the season for us, Adam. Despite your coldness, this is the warmest game in the booth. And I got to give a shout out. I don't know if I've done this all game, but just a shout out to the Soledad Soledad High School athletic department and their high school for this hospitality, allowing us to be in their press box today. Haven't had a school open up their press box for us, so
yeah, not a single one.
Not a single one. So I'm gonna just go ahead and call it now. Let's just do all of our games here at Soledad for the rest of the year and next year, because they're looking out for us. So
appreciate it.
All you other schools out there, if you want us to cover your games, then just give us a spot in the press box.
We'd appreciate it.
That'll jump you up to the top of the list there.
She's gonna be.
And as quickly as that first half went, we're going twice as slow for this second half here. But this will be second down and 30 at about the 37-yard line.
A lot of cheering from the crowd.
And 10:06 on the clock. Santa Ana running for his life, looking, scrambling, trying to make a move, and gets hit. Gets hit for really no gain there. And that was Will Schwartz with the hit on Santa Ana.
Really surprised. Santana's been taking a lot of hits this game and been injured too, and he's still out there continuing.
Yeah, he got kicked earlier in the game and sat out of play. And then defending a long pass in the end zone, went down with some sort of a leg injury. We were presuming it was some sort of a cramp the way they were stretching it out, but Santa Ana's still out there, still gritting it out, showing that Aztec pride. And that was a kind of a clumsy screen there. That ball looked like it bounced off of a helmet intended for Rodriguez, but I don't know how much they would have been able to get out of that, even if that was completed. A couple of Scotts Valley defenders in the area. That'll bring up a fourth down and long, Adam.
Bringing up the special teams out for Soledad and Scotts Valley. Let's see if they can kick it inside the 20. As we await the snap and the kick from Soledad.
And
hopefully it's not a fake, because it's very risky. And
this will be punted off, and the ball will land close to the 17-yard line. Took a bit of a Falcons bounce, but gets downed at about the 20-yard line. 9:04 on the clock here in the game.
Very cold. As Scotts Valley is yet to score a touchdown in this game, coming in 3-0.
Rajala under center. That's a drop back, and that's going to be over the head of Raymond for an incompletion. 9:01 on the clock.
As we're going to get her a
and unfortunately, our monitor is blinking in and out, so we can't give you a really good take on that replay. But very simply, Rajala just overthrew Raymond there for no gain, for no completion. Rajala goes under center
It looks like they're really taking their time, and it's finally snapped. He's going to take it.
And he's evading defenders, but he is going down. Rajala gets sacked, and that looks like it was Miguel Vargas and David Cruz combining for that sack there. But really, there was at least 2 other Soledad defenders who contributed to Rajala running for his life there. And that'll be a 3rd and very, very long there. Ball marked at the 10-yard line with 8 minutes and 27 seconds to go here in this game. Soledad with a strong 19-3 lead.
Still looking pretty sharp out there.
And Scotts Valley just first drive of the game, able to get some points and then nothing going. Soledad with 19 unanswered points. Rajala trying to shake around, trying to find some room, gets close, could be just short. It's going to look like it's going to be just short, marked just short of a first down by about 1 yard, but Rajala with some fancy step in there at least.
Pretty good. And now there's a flag.
Just as soon as Scotts Valley made one of their most significant gains on offense, there's a flag on the field.
Let's see what it is. There's going to be
and that'll be a penalty against Scotts Valley, so that's going to negate that really nice run by Rajala.
As we hear the crowd very loudly supporting the Aztecs on this 4th down.
Aztecs pride.
Yeah.
You can just feel it.
Looks like Scotts Valley is going to be forced to, I am assuming, not yet seen.
That ball will be marked at the 15-yard line, and Scotts Valley wisely brings out its punting team. Down 19-3. You think you'd like to be ambitious, but you can't be foolish.
Yeah. There's a time for being ambitious, but it's just a little too far off. As the kick is off, and it's a pretty good kick, and it's going to pass the punt returner.
And Rodriguez is going to get it near the 25-yard line, try to bring it out, gets it past the 30. Fights off a couple of defenders. Ball will be marked near the 35-yard line there for Soledad.
Has nothing much.
7:06 on the clock here in the game. Soledad in full control. They will take over on offense. And Santa Ana once again just refusing to rest on his laurels, insisting on leading his team at this point. You gotta admire that. You gotta admire that kind of spirit, man. That's gonna make him go out there.
A quarterback like that is very good for your team. Brings a lot of leadership and shows a lot to everyone on the team.
Shows a lot to the opponent too.
Oh yeah.
And to the rest of the league, which is, I'm sure, in the back of his mind as he hands it off to Ortega. And Ortega takes it about 9 yards. Looked like the ball got a little loose, but they're going to call it down on contact. So ball gets marked just short of the 45-yard line. Ball will be marked at about the 44 with 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Clock winding down here in the as we approach the final minutes of this game here. And Soledad just trying to squeeze out some minutes, squeeze off some time off that clock.
Hold that again, and it's going to be dropped.
Santa Ana failing to connect with Rodriguez on a screen, and that's the second time that they've tried to connect on that same little screen play, and nothing going there. If I'm Coach Berlanga, I maybe scrap that for the rest of this game. And Santa Ana with a risky a risky keeper there, trying to get, and they were still, I mean, that was a really long yard.
Yeah.
Trying to go for it on a third down there. I mean, that was about 1.5 yards.
Bringing up a fourth.
That's going to bring up a 4th down, and that'll bring out the punting team, but
Maybe
Soledad,
a fake.
with the clock at about 5:45, Soledad unable to get any significant time off of that clock, although they did manage one nice running play from Ortega, but Scotts Valley still going to get the ball with about 5 minutes, and well, just over 5 minutes on the clock, because we'll get a timeout here. I'm sorry, delay of game. That is a delay of game penalty against the Aztecs.
Moving them back.
Moving them back to about the 39-yard line in their own territory. 5 minutes and 32 seconds on the clock here.
Now looking to punt. That is where you await the kick. The clock is currently frozen at 5:32, and
now there's a timeout by Scotts Valley.
Oof. Still no touchdown for Scotts Valley.
Yeah, this
only able to draw a field goal.
This second half has taken a while here as folks here in the press box look to stretch their legs.
Everybody's super cold. Our strat is...
We're at 5 minutes and 32 seconds to go here in the game. Soledad with a commanding 19-3 lead and preparing to punt the ball.
Will you be surprised if they come out with the fake?
Yeah, I will be extremely surprised here if they do come out with the fake on this one.
She goes on you a lot.
Just because
She goes live on you a lot.
There's no, I mean, the risk is too great. The Soledad's defense has just dominated Scotts Valley to this point. There's really no point in faking it.
It's almost blocked and it barely goes out.
And the ball get marked at about the 48-yard line with 5 minutes and 24 seconds to go. Scotts Valley will take over.
Wait 1 second.
Looks like the kick didn't go too far on that one.
Yeah, don't switch around.
It just went high.
I'm done now.
Next week, we will be broadcasting Salinas High School versus Alvarez High School in a key MBL matchup.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a Z on there. Sorry.
So stay tuned to MCAET TV for your Friday Night Lights fix.
Looking forward to a good game that week.
As Scotts Valley completes a pass for about 9 yards. That was Rajala
Have a general idea of how we did
with
so like,
the completion on that little slant pattern.
Whichever one, like,
Scotts Valley will get the ball in Soledad territory at about the 43-yard line with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in this game. Rajala finds his tight end, his big tight end Spence, for a first down completion, ball mark at about the 37-yard line.
Really big tight end, tall and looks buff.
Yeah, Scotts Valley has some size, but Soledad just has a tremendous will and a lot of smart ball players here on the Soledad squad, especially on defense.
He's going to get snapped and looks like he's going to go down.
Rajala rolls back and again finds big Spence, who looks like he's about 6 feet 8 inches tall, just from here in the booth. That's a big man. That's going to be about 8 yards, and that will bring about a 2nd and 2 with 4 minutes and 28 seconds to go. Scotts Valley essentially playing for pride at this point, down 19-3. But, you know, this might make that long trip back to Santa Cruz County a little easier if you can get a touchdown here.
At least.
Rajala under center. And that was a quick slant there. That was interfered with by, or disrupted rather, by number 5, Robbie Santa Ana. So Santa Ana's still out there making plays, man.
A really good player to have out there. He's shown it both sides. As here.
4:25 left to go here in the game. Scotts Valley trying to get something going with their passing offense. As a swarm of Soledad Aztecs come down on the blitz, and they will catch him. Miguel Vargas.
4th down.
Miguel Vargas coming around that corner there and just had a clear shot on Rajala. That'll bring up 4th down and long, and Scotts Valley with 4 minutes now to go here in this game, forced to go for it on 4th and long.
Will Scott Valley pulls through with 3 minutes and 47 seconds on the clock.
Rajala under center drops back. Looking downfield, has a receiver open. That's Spence. And
Great
that
catch.
should be enough for a 1st down. We are waiting to get the official word, at least, that referees are lining up close to the 25-yard line, which will be well enough for a 1st down. And there is an official's timeout on the field.
Looks like they're gonna bring out the chains.
I don't want it to get cold.
And I can't tell where they have marked the ball, as our monitor is down, and we're covered by several Aztecs players on that sideline. So we won't get any indication. There it is. It's a 1st down. Officially a 1st down for Scotts Valley. And they'll mark that ball near the 27-yard line.
Scott Valley with a chance to score.
Scotts Valley with a chance to score with 3:35 to go here in the game. Playing for pride. Scotts Valley has been in the Aztecs red zone several times, looking to get into there one more time and hopefully score one more time. Rajala goes under center. 3 minutes and 17 seconds on the clock. And the officials have stopped play for a moment.
A lot of Aztec pride here.
Got to give props to Aztec pride in this cold weather.
Really coming out and supporting.
The refs blow for the clock to continue.
Would you like to buy?
That's going to be a toss.
And this is going to be a fake reverse play. And that's
Yo, someone signed this kid.
Ryan Conti to the left-hand side on that fake reverse. Picks up quite a bit of yardage there. Ball will be marked close to the 12-yard line. Definitely a 1st down with 2 minutes and 56 seconds to go here in the game. Ball will be marked at about the 12-yard line as the clock continues ticking. Scotts Valley have several times taken the ball deep into Soledad territory, but unable to punch it in for a touchdown. Rajala under center drops back, and it is intercepted. Intercepted, and that should do it, folks. Jacob Olivas, rather.
Great play. That really sealed it.
Looked like that ball was tipped. Our monitor is down, so we can't get a read on any sort of a replay, but we do know Jacob Olivas with the interception. And with that, 2:33 to go on the clock. Soledad with a firm 19-3 lead. Soledad's going to lead this game with a 3-1 record, tied with Scotts Valley atop the MTAL Mission Division here. And pending the outcome of the King City matchup, which we will look up in a moment here, as the ball is handed off to Ortega over to the left side. And there's a penalty marker. Ortega went over around to the left side, but not sure what the call was. Not sure what the penalty was.
Guy took a knee and fucking, what's his name? Like,
Might guess a late hit.
yeah, he took a knee already. Not till he's done. You can't tackle him.
And we're going to take a look at some scores here. And one score I'm particularly interested in finding. And there we go. King City 4-1 after a 49-0 whipping of Pacific Grove. So after tonight's game, King City will be in first place in the MTAL with a 4-1 record. And Soledad will be in second place with a 3-1 record with the tiebreaker over Scotts Valley. So now it's getting a little more clear here in the MTAL in that division. Well, King City does have the tiebreaker over Soledad, so
Whoever wins out of that.
if they do wind up with identical league records, then King City would be the league champion. But still, Soledad's got to feel really strong and really proud with just a tremendous victory tonight.
Really puts them up there on the leaders. Even though they're not first, it still stands out.
Yeah, and just in totally convincing fashion here. Defense held strong, bend but don't break. And then on offense, we didn't get to see the spectacular running of Ortega, but nonetheless, Robbie Santa Ana just proving on multiple levels that he is an emerging star here in this league.
It looks like there was a timeout called by Scotts Valley.
Yeah, and Robbie Santa Ana was a prep. I forgot to mention in the notes earlier, but he was a Monterey Herald Prep of the Week honorable mention last week. He should also get some Prep of the Week honorable mention love this week as well, along with Aaron Rodriguez, who, for my money, Rodriguez may be the player of the game here. Had a pick early on, had a really great touchdown reception, and was just all over the field on offense and defense here. Don't have any stats for him, but Rodriguez was just a great game tonight.
Great game by both teams. Scotts Valley played a great game. Soledad played a great game. No, it's all about sportsmanship too.
And yeah, you got to give credit. You got to give some due to Scotts Valley. You know, they were able to get deep in Soledad territory, which is a tough thing to do against this solid defense. Unfortunately, I mean that goal line stand at the half-yard line, I think was just way too much for them to overcome. Plus, you had the penalties that really threw them off as we approach the 1 minute mark here, and the clock is winding down on this game. But Scotts Valley looked like they were in control in that first possession, and then 2 offsides penalties just completely threw their offense off tilt, and unable to recover, had to settle for a field goal, and then just never scored again after that. Soledad rolled off 19 points.
And just right now, just gonna seal the game off. I think there's another timeout called.
With 52.6 seconds to go here in the game, we do have a stoppage in play on the field. And I guess now's a good time as ever to go ahead and shout out the crew.
All right.
Go ahead and do that.
All right, let's see if I'm good at these names. Marcos. All right, so our first person is Alberto Garcia.
Actually, we're doing just the highlighted.
Oh, the highlighted. Okay,
Yeah.
I take it back. It's Ariel Rios,
Arian Rios.
Carolina Pantoja, Daniel Garcia, Dylan Holmes, Holden Butelli. Wow. Lisette Riley, Marina Fuentes.
Santa Ana on the run. And Santa Ana goes down on the sack there. With
Just
45 seconds still on the clock.
As I continue here with Justin
I don't know if any
Reedmiller,
time went off on the clock on that one.
Tom Moneyham, Laura Harris. Oh, I didn't see the I. Okay. Chuck Parker and Hamish Tyler.
The man, the myth, the legend, Hamish. If you're watching this, Hamish, go ahead and relax. We got through another production here, and go have yourself a nice little beverage and get some rest, bud. 45.6 seconds to go as Scotts Valley takes over on offense. Ball marked at about the 34-yard line. Rajala back, looking, evading defenders, but finally is taken down, and that was Chris Gonzalez on the sack there. That ball get marked close to the 45-yard line.
We got a replay there.
We saw half of a replay on our dying monitor here.
As it decides to try and come back.
This, if I didn't know any better, I'd say this monitor was haunted. As the time rolls off on the clock and we approach the final seconds here. Soledad with the win, 19-3 over.
Good, wait, there's still one more. And is he gonna get anything? And he's
down, and that will be the end of the game, folks. The Soledad 19-3 winners over Scotts Valley, improving to 3-1 in league play in the MCAET Mission Division. Soledad will go ahead of Scotts Valley, while King City maintains first place with a 4-1 record, and it is a South County just taking control of the MCAET Mission Division there. Of course, King City has already beaten Soledad. Nonetheless, Soledad, the defending Division 4 CCS champions, got to feel good after this one.
Oh yeah, now you're gonna be tied up with King City, the top, and Scotts Valley, three-way.
Yep. And so as we head on out, we want to thank you all for tuning in tonight, Friday Night Lights, live here at Soledad High School. I am Marcos Cabrera.
And I'm Adam Villaseñor.
And we will see you next week for Salinas High School versus Alvarez High School. Enjoy your weekend, y'all. Peace.